So today what we're going to be doing is installing RK Industries windshield drop visor for my 2014 F250. Now this bad boy I had powder coated to match my truck. Now this thing is metal. Obviously that's why I got it powder coated. I've never actually installed one of these, so if you guys see anything that I do incorrectly, feel free to drop a comment down below. This is how we're doing it, and with the directions provided through Instagram messages, this is the best way that I was able to understand it. So I think the only three things we'll need is a little rivet gun, a drill, and a second person to hold one side while you do the other. So here we have this beautiful powder coated deal. It matches actually really well. Like, it's pretty close. I mean, the 6.7 is extremely dirty, but I think it's pretty dang close. I don't think it's gonna be enough to actually notice. So what we're gonna start off by doing is we're gonna get it mounted up here, kind of a dry fitment. She's gonna grab one side, I'm gonna grab the other, and we're gonna drill either the top or bottom screw, whichever you decide first. So the first step of this, from what I understand, is you're gonna pull down this molding, and this right here, this gap right here is gonna be where the visor sits. I'll show you guys as soon as we get it mounted up, but it's gonna sit across there. And once we bolt this down on the other side, yes, you guys are gonna notice that there's gonna be like a good sized little gap. Do not worry about the gap. That was one of my first questions that I asked Rick from RK Industries. I'm like, hey, there's a huge gap on this. Like, what am I supposed to do? So that gap is there. So when you actually push both corners together, this is actually gonna take the shape of the actual windshield. So don't freak out over that. So we're gonna mount this up, and I'm gonna show you what I mean by lining it up here. So I already have that side over there riveted, and then this side, this is what I was talking about. You follow that body line, and that's where your first hole is gonna go. You can either start on that one or this one down here. It doesn't really matter. I'm starting with this one at the top. I'm pre-drilling with a small metal type bit and then coming in with the true size. It's just a lot easier to start with small and step up instead of trying to use the proper size bit. Sometimes it'll break these. The cool thing is these come with little spacers, and what these are gonna do is you're gonna put one in there to gap this out. It's kind of hard to see them, but I have one right here and one over there right now. Kind of see it on that side. And that's gonna give it the curvature and the bow of the actual windshield, and it's gonna close this gap here. You guys will know what I mean whenever you actually go to install it. So after you've installed the top rivet or bottom rivet, whichever one you want to do first, it's going to hold itself up. So this is going to allow you and make it a lot easier to drill the rest of your holes. And if you remember, I started off with the smaller bit to kind of help with the step bit process. So this is a smaller one. I punch it through, come back with the true size and get it through, because I ended up actually breaking one of my bits. This is going to help you a lot in the long run. And after that, it's basically just rinse and repeat. Okay, so we're officially done on both sides. This third rivet here in the middle, I thought maybe I just messed it up, but this one right here in the middle broke off, so I had to grab wire cutters and break it off my own. These two went in, or these three went in perfectly fine, whatever. I broke a drill bit and I broke one rivet gun, so I was on my, well, I broke two rivet guns and I was on my third one. I think it's because they're heavy duty steel rivets. Obviously you want a thicker rivet holding it, because when you're doing 75, 80 miles an hour on the road, plus wind gusts, you know, that's 100 some miles an hour, you know, on a flat object, you don't want it ripping off. So I understand why they went so heavy duty on those, but one tip that I give you, make sure you have a nice heavy duty rivet gun, a pneumatic one, battery powered, something. Don't go with the cheap ones. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure it is a steel rivet gun. So I forgot to check if my windshield wiper is clear.
Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe it hit that.
I don't know now. No, it still hits. Yeah, so I need to scoot it over more.
They're not hitting. They're not hitting now.
All right, so overall, we're done installing. There's not really much to it other than just the rivets. Just make sure you have good rivets and a good drill, and like, this really isn't difficult to do. It's pretty straightforward and simple. They provide you with the rivets. But now that we got it installed, let's get a little edit going and show you guys this bad boy. you guys enjoyed that little edit on this, and I just wanted to go over a few quick things before we close out this video. Now, I have driven this thing to work today, and I know someone's gonna ask about the wind noise and the shaking. So, now those 3M little pucks are actually for giving your windshield support, especially on the interstate. I can go about 70 miles an hour, but because I only have 2 of them and they're very high up on the windshield, this started to flap. Now this is owner operator error, so I have my pucks high up here. If you actually look at the directions, it says to make sure you have them as low as you can while also making sure that your windshield wipers clear. So because I only put 2 in here, I added a 3rd one last minute. It still gives it a little bit of a shake. So those pucks are very important. So I'm gonna be reinstalling some of them. I got a few of those little 3M pads off of Amazon, and I'm gonna just reinstall some so it's an easy fix. This thing is supposed to go up to 120 miles an hour, I believe, wind resistance. And because I didn't install it properly, it only goes about 70 at the moment. The second thing I know everyone's gonna ask is the wind noise. How bad is the wind noise? It is not really that bad. Honestly, my tires are a lot louder. Like, it's there, but it's not super loud, if that makes sense. Like, you can hear it, but it's nothing that's you're gonna lose sleep over, you know, be completely annoyed about on a long drive. Overall, between the looks, the installation process, and everything, I give this bad boy an 8.5 out of 10. Looks 10 out of 10. The installation was just a little bit confusing since I've never installed one of these, but I'm hoping that this YouTube video helps a lot of you guys out so that it gets a higher rating and it's a lot easier to install. But apologies on hopping around and everything on this video. It was kind of difficult to really do a step-by-step process when you had to have 2 people, 1 on each side, and that's what my camera girl is usually for. She does the recording, but she was having to help me on the other side of this. But thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys think this is definitely an upgrade or if you think this is a downgrade. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. We'll see you guys on the next one, and thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.